It's a pretty well-known fact that everyone wants to be famous nowadays. Ironically enough though, a lot of celebrities and public figures desire the exact opposite, and many of them have quit being famous. A handful of them gave up on fame because they didn't want to deal with the pressures that came with being a celeb, while others made the decision to bow out so they can start new lives. I'm your host Michaela, let's get into it. What are your thoughts on celebrities who step out the spotlight to give up on showbiz? Share them in the comments below and let's jump right in. Taking our 10th spot is Justin Bieber. Justin was loved from all ends of the globe from the very start of his career. This is why it came as such a huge shock to his dedicated fanbase when he announced he was stepping back from creating and releasing music through a March 2019 Instagram post. In it, the singer mentioned wanting to focus on repairing some deep-rooted issues, as well as his desire to spend more time devoting himself to his marriage with Hailey and his anticipated family. He was certain to inform fans that this was only a temporary hiatus and noticed his return would come with a vengeance. Justin's last album, Purpose, was released in 2015. However, he's been appearing on other artists' tracks as recently as this year, including his Up at Night collaboration with Oakland native singer-songwriter Kehlani Parrish. Before we jump into number 9, please leave a like on today's Where Are They Now to keep us thriving for more fun future videos. Taking our 9th spot is Meg Ryan. Meg, best known for her leading roles in movies such as When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle, led a rather depressing life behind the scenes despite her acting career beginning to thrive. It was this crumbling though that forced Megan to walk away from the limelight. She's currently still living in New York alongside her partner and daughter and would rather not be associated with attention from the media, as she agrees that remaining undetected is better for her health. Nonetheless, back in May 2022, The Hollywood Reporter announced that Megan would be returning to screens as an addition to the What Happens Later cast, a movie that was reportedly a rendition of Steve Diaz's Shooting Star play. The playwright was also revealed to be penning the screen's run next to Meg and Kirk Lynn, as per the outlet. Taking our 8th spot is Kevin Jonas. Even though he's back and fully rethrust into the spotlight once more, there was a time when Jonas Brother member Kevin made the decision to exit Hollywood's shiny doors. In fact, he came to this conclusion when the band was smoothly rolling through the industry. At the time, the group acted in big movies like Disney's Camp Rock and were traveling the world as performing artists. But then Kevin bowed out and later launched a food searching app named Yood. He's now married and has 2 kids with his famous wife Danielle, and the Joe Bros have since reunited and released a handful of music. Most recently, Kevin has been directly associated with Billie Eilish's Grammy-winning brother Phineas due to the songwriter revealing that Joe Bros' influence in music through Camp Rock made him want to develop his craft. During a Hollywood Reporter Songwriters Roundtable this past Friday, Phineas opened up about his inspiration to pick up a guitar because of the Jonas Brothers' iconic film appearance, telling member Joe personally that Camp Rock made me want to learn how to play guitar. Taking our 7th spot is Mara Wilson. If the name rings a bell, it's because this star is the actress who portrayed the gifted young character Matilda in the 1996 film of the same name. Mara was once popular to the extent of her name being featured in the Hollywood Hall of Fame, but this didn't stop her from quitting the industry because she set her mind on living a completely new life. In saying this, Mara grew tired of acting and decided to pursue a writing career. As of now, she's a full-time writer who makes her living as a published author. Even more, Mara is a spokeswoman for anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. Comic-Con's Liverpool convention most recently saw the star move to tears while she met little girls dressed up as her movie character Matilda. This took place during the Broadway musical Matilda's promotions, where Hollywood star Emma Thompson is doing her part on daytime talk shows, and Mara is spending her time greeting fans worldwide for CC. When Mara shared images taken in Liverpool, she expressed her gratitude for all the moms and dads who helped their daughters dress as Matilda. As you can see in this photo, I was in tears over it. Too cute. Taking our 6th spot is Angus T. Jones. Angus is most popularly known for portraying Jake Harper in CBS's sitcom 2.5 Men. After 13 years in the game, Angus stirred a bit of controversy regarding his views and video testimonial about Forerunner Christian Church, describing the show to be filth and pushing viewers to stop tuning in. Naturally, the clip went viral and Angus was seemingly embarrassed by the attention, later expressing his gratitude to CBS, Chuck Lorre, and series producer Warner Bros. TV and studio chief Peter Roth. Angus cited the show as, quote, one of the most significant experiences in my life to date. As for his most recent update, Angus attended a Colorado school and preached at Houston's church to share his journey with other worshippers. Taking our 5th spot is Jack Gleeson. Jack played Joffrey on Game of Thrones, and you could say he became one of TV's most hated villains in history. Following the series scripting the death of his character, Jack moved on to pursue his academic studies and his career fizzled. However, to many's disbelief, believe, Jack most recently stated he never experienced a negative fan run-in due to his role in the hit HBO show. Of course, there have been actors who have dealt with fans having trouble distinguishing their on-screen personas from their real lives. However, Jack is not one of them, according to himself. This update has been glazed over as a rumor that's been widely spread over the years, as per Jack, who also noted he hadn't watched the series himself at that point. Quote, "A lot of people come up to me because I guess this rumor started that people were horrible to me on the street or I get attacked, whereas I've never had one negative experience. I feel like people are extra nice to me because they think people attack me, so maybe I should keep the rumor going." Taking our fourth spot is Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay's face is one of Hollywood's most recognized thanks to his childhood role as Kevin McAllister in the hit Christmas franchise Home Alone. For a while, he was one of the most famous kids in the industry, but things changed and so did Macaulay's life. He turned to addiction, which eventually ruined his sparkling career. However, now he's become an official roadie who takes artists from one location to the next to perform. His co-star Joe Pesci just revealed in a brand new interview that he intentionally avoided Macaulay while they were on set filming for Home Alone over 3 decades ago. The elderly star acted opposite Macaulay in the festive flick and the Home Alone sequel Lost in New York, when Macaulay was 10 and 12 respectively, playing a burglar named Harry attempting to break into Kevin's home. Joe, who is known for his style of method acting, revealed his choice to stay away from his then young co-star when the cameras weren't rolling, in a People interview celebrating 30 years of the second film. Quote, "I remember Macaulay being a really sweet kid and, even at his age, very professional. I intentionally limited my interactions with him to preserve the dynamic between his and my character." Taking our third spot is Freddie Prinze Jr. Between the late 90s to early 2000s, Freddie was plastered everywhere. He lit silver screens up with his heartthrob-esque roles in I Know What You Did Last Summer and She's All That, and even obtained his own sitcom for a single season. But then he just stopped. Well, more like he left the coop in search of a new way of life. Freddie has been a huge known fan of wrestling and even contributed to the sport's WWE message board. So naturally, while he looked for his next career move, he was brought on board by the wrestling entertainment company to write, produce, and direct. Following his successful job as an actor, he married actress Sarah Michelle Gellar, and the couple have since welcomed children into the world. Freddie still has no desire to continue acting and would much rather remain behind the scenes instead of in front of the blinding lights of H-Town. Taking our second spot is Frankie Muniz. Malcolm in the Middle's central child actor and star Frankie had everything and then some going for him, until he experienced some unpredictably hard life turns. And well, it wasn't all bad, because it's what drove his interest in racing cars by 2001. By the time Frankie was 16, he drove the Daytona 500 pace car. Since, Frankie became a legitimate professional racer, going so far as earning a sportsmanship award from his fellow racers. Furthermore, Frankie is a manager of an Arizona olive oil shop. Nowadays, Frankie is all too familiar with the feeling of surrealism. Besides, he was a huge kid-to-teen idol with massive roles in franchises like Disney's Agent Cody Banks and Paramount's Big Fat Liar. Frankie even once dished to Yahoo Entertainment. I mean, really, my whole life, when I think back, I did so many incredible things at a young age. People always go like, "Oh, are you sad you didn't get to go to prom?" I was at the Emmys and the Golden Globes and traveled all around the world and hanging out at the Playboy Mansion, almost to the point where I look back and I go, was that real? Taking our first spot is Jonathan Bennett. This Mean Girls alum acted as Queen Bee Regina George's boyfriend, Aaron Samuels, who figured he'd develop a passion for fitness in the process. He's now a spin instructor and most recently made history through Hallmark's first LGBTQ-led film, What a Christmas to Be Alive. Of course, we know Jonathan is no stranger to holiday-themed movies, but The Holiday Sitter is set to make waves unlike any other. Hallmark film producers and Jonathan teamed up to make it happen, and on December 10th for That's for Entertainment's 2022 Christmas Con, the actor spoke exclusively to Hollywood Life about the monumental personal moment for him, the network he's starring under, and the full queer representation for the genre of holiday movies. Quote, "I'm so excited to be leading the first LGBTQ+ led rom-com at Hallmark Channel with The Holiday Sitter. But what's even more exciting is the fact that this movie isn't just for a queer audience. This is for everybody because Christmas is for everybody. Hallmark Channel's for everybody, The Holiday Sitter's for everybody, and I know so many people are going to watch this movie and feel so seen, feel like they have a seat at the Hallmark holiday table." That's been today's WATN. Thanks for watching, friends.